These are the things you think about when it comes to fighting games. First is time, second is life, third is resources, and fourth is spacing, right? You think about these things. The time always takes precedence over everything else because they dictate what a person is going to do. Now, the round lead is usually the secret factor because as time moves on, as the matches move on, right? When someone wins a round or loses a round, it will also dictate psychologically what the opponent wants to do. In this scenario, you're knocked down as the Lil Wayne player. So if I'm Lil Wayne and I already got knocked down, the life is kind of there, which will also dictate what I'll be thinking, right? If I jump, I die, right? If I get a command grab, I could take another command grab and still survive. So really, if I was Lil Wayne in this situation, I would just take another command grab. It sucks that he gets a safe jump scenario here, but you're banking off the hope that he's gonna give you your turn back, right? He's gonna risk trying to go for a reset to keep you pinned down and eventually hit you to kill you, because you can't take the next hit. If you take the next hit, you die by the resources he has. In this case, time isn't a factor. Time takes a back seat because what you're more worried about, because there's so much time left, is the life, right? The life and resources take more precedence because the time is so high. So all you're worried about is trying to stay alive at this point. In this case, you're not gonna care about fucking time or space because the time is so high that the life lead ain't gonna matter because you've already been knocked down, so you have to guess here, and he already took a little bit of the life anyway, so it's about maintaining what life you have left to not die. Spacing takes a back seat because, well, fuck, he's next to you, so they're not even playing footsies anymore. So now it's just a matter of the RPS, right? The resources fucking matter because in his case, if he touches you, you die, and you don't have armor to really stop what he's doing. All you have is super, so you're forced to take what he does. This is what I mean. The situation will change precedence of what takes priority. And this is what you have to worry about when you play fighting games. Just as young SB Sea Thunder with the tier 1 resub for 16 months, I appreciate it. So I have a question. When is there ever an opportunity where my meter matters more than all the other factors in a match? For this particular matchup, Ultimate Totoro, the super meter matters. Well, it depends on the character, right? But even so, like, it's really every character that you could apply that to, actually. The meter will probably have more precedence over everything else based on what the character has as their super in this game. For La Diva, it's the Lariat super. It's her SBA, right? So let's look at this situation, right? If I'm Lil Wayne, I don't want to be throwing out any projectiles, right? I don't want to be throwing out any fucking projectiles against La Diva because La Diva's got fucking meter, all right? So because La Diva has meter here, I don't want to throw a projectile because her super goes through projectiles. It's projectile invincible. So I'm gonna have La Diva here. They're gonna react to the cat bot and punish you like that. See that? They're gonna react to the cat bot and punish you. In this scenario, right? And it's the same way if you just do Lariat, right? Which is what happened in this situation. So if you look at this scenario here, right? This is another scenario you could apply this kind of thinking. She has super. She also has Lariat. In this scenario, which is why we're having this conversation in the first place with Mix-Up, I know if I'm the La Diva player, if you throw out any other projectile or you try to eat, I'm gonna punish you at this range. You're not allowed to do anything else here because at this range, my super's gonna hurt you. And the meter kind of takes more precedence here, right? The spacing is probably, instead of it being fourth, it would be second in this situation. In this situation, it would be second and the meter would be first. If the meter wasn't there, then there would be more reason to be like, all right, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get my goddamn food. I'm gonna call Uber Eats and it's not gonna matter to me, right? But because Ladiva has the meter, you can't do that. Because Ladiva has Lariat, you can't build food. So because of that, you get punished. You see that? So the meter was supposed to deter Mix-Up from doing that. It was supposed to deter the lane player from building food and trying to build more life. And he wasn't aware of the resources he had. He didn't have to spend the life. He didn't have to get life. He didn't have to get resources. He was even before this scenario. Look, he was even. The armor hit and everything. He didn't have to do this. But he chose to do this. And so he got hit. And now he's looking stupid. So, as I said before, this is usually the default as to what I think of when I think of resources: time, life, resources, space. And then the secret factor is the rounds for psychological purposes. But this can all change depending on the situation. This all changes depending on the situation. And that is how you do resource management. That is literally how you do resource management in fighting games.